Hello students, welcome back. In the last lecture we had talked about a few concepts about graphs. So in continuation with that, let us continue with some more conditions and some more graphical representations. So we discussed about distance time graph last time. The condition we took was for uniform motion in uniform motion we got a graph taking distance on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. We got a graph inclined at some angle with this x-axis. Now the discussion was how to calculate speed from the distance time graph. It was a very simple process. The discussion that we had was, if I want to find, let us mark 2 points, let us say A and B. If the question is find the speed of the body between A and B, if this is the question, it's a very simple process. What to do? We will drop a perpendicular from B. We will complete a right triangle. So this is the right triangle that we get. Once we get the right triangle, mark this point. Let us mark this as point C. So speed would be equal to perpendicular divided by base. What is the perpendicular here in this graph? At this point A and B, we have got BC upon AC. Now this BC upon AC, the perpendicular by base ratio, this perpendicular by base ratio is called as the slope of the graph. This particular thing, we call this as slope of the graph. Okay, so let us try a question related to this. Let us write a question. Given below is a distance time graph. Distance in meter. So let us say these are the points. And this is the graph. So this is the given graph. Let us say this is P, Q, R. The question is calculate the speed of the body between P to Q, P to R. So we have to calculate the speed of the body between P and Q and Q and R. So how to find out? If you look at this point P, Q, R, the first question is to find out the speed between P and Q. So these are the 2 points to be taken. So between these 2 points I would complete a right triangle. So let us first, the first thing is complete the triangle here. Let us say this is S. So speed between P and Q is equal to slope of the graph. And what is the slope of the graph? Perpendicular divided by base. And what is the perpendicular here? This is QS by PS. Now if you look at the value Q corresponds to 20 and S corresponds to 10. So this is 20 minus 10 by PS. So it is 10 minus 5. So it is 10 by 5. So it is 2 meter per second. This is the speed between P and Q. Similarly, I want to find out the speed between P and R. So which are the 2 points to be taken? Point P and point R to be taken now. So we will complete the triangle between P and R. So this we have already done now. Let us come to the second one. So this is the triangle now. Let us say this is point T. So speed between P and R is equal to slope of dt graph, and this is equal to perpendicular by base so perpendicular is RT by base is PT. So what is RT? R corresponds to 30 minus T corresponds to 10 divided by PT, 15 minus 5. So it is 20 by 10, so we get 2 meter per second. Now look at these two values. The values are same because this graph corresponds to the uniform motion of a body. Now this body is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time. So this is the way we calculate the speed of the body by using a distance time graph. Now before we ended the last lecture, I gave you a question. What was the question? To calculate the speed of, I gave you a distance time graph and I wrote why is the slope of the body, slope of the graph 0. Let us see that question again. So the last question was, we were discussing the distance time graph for a body at rest. So the graph that we get is a straight line parallel to time axis. This is the graph. Let us mark this as AB. So AB represents the distance time graph for a body at rest. Now, if I want to calculate the speed, what is speed from the distance time graph? Speed is equal to slope of distance time graph. Now if you look at this graph, if I mark these 2 points, with these 2 points I can never create a triangle. These 2 points are flat, it's a flat line. So in this graph, slope is equal to 0 because we need an inclination. There is no inclination here, so the body is at rest, so the graph is a flat line here. So slope is equal to 0 here. Okay, let us do one more question. You can write down this question also. The distance time graph for 3 cars are given. Question is, which of these three, which car travels the fastest and why? It's a very clear question. If you look at this, we have got 3 cars. The distance time graph for car A is given. This is the distance time graph of car A. This is the distance time graph of car B. This is the graph. This is the graph of car C. Now, which car is traveling the fastest means we need to know the speed of the body. So, how to calculate speed? Speed is equal to slope of distance time graph. Distance time graph. So if I draw a perpendicular for car A, then for car B and for car C, from the graph it is very clear that slope of dt graph for car A is greater. You can see the angle also. The slope of distance time graph for car A is greater than slope of dt graph for car B. This is greater than slope of dt graph of car C. Therefore, speed of car A greater than speed of car B greater than speed of car C. So this is the way we come to the conclusion in this distance time graph. So what did we learn? We have learnt about distance time graph. One was the distance time graph for a body at rest and the distance time graph for a body having uniform motion. There is a third graph, distance time graph for a body having non-uniform motion, that you will read in class 11. So we will not discuss that part now. Let us leave it to class 11. Okay. Now we will move on to the next topic, that is velocity time graph. I will be sending you a second video on velocity time graph. Okay. Thank you.